Good afternoon, citizens of the earth. How are we all doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. It is December 27th, 2023, and I'm just out here taking care of business, doing some different things. Just something that I wanted to bring up in relation to the video that I posted yesterday about crypto and blockchain, because it had me really thinking, and something that I want to address. Why do people think that crypto is a scam? What are the reasons? Deceivers and ignorance. That's why. Those two things. Deceivers and ignorance. Let's talk about the first one. Deceivers. Who are the deceivers? Where is the deception coming from? Some of the deception's coming from a lot of the mainstream, not mainstream, a lot of the large financial giants, the traditional financial giants. A direct quote from one of them is that Bitcoin is a pet rock. It's not that they're against blockchain or anything like that. They're just against, crypto and Bitcoin. Guys, we talked about this. Blockchain and crypto is one and the same. Don't be misled. Don't be confused. They're not against crypto and blockchain, just Bitcoin. It's a pet rock. The interesting thing about this pet rock is that it's still the best performing asset to date. If we just want to look at 2023 as the example, in full disclosure, I actually don't own any Bitcoin, just so you guys know, but if I had bought, let's say, Bitcoin in the beginning of this year, let's just say January 1st, and I held it all the way until recently, I would have made approximately 150% return on my money. You can't find that return for your money in any of the traditional investment vehicles, for the most part. It's extremely hard to do. Extremely hard to do. Unless you do insider trading, which Congress could do apparently. No big deal. I think someone else had called it rat poison as well. Okay. Who are the other deceivers? And by the way, it's these same folks that release private blockchain networks for their institutions. It's not a public one like Bitcoin or some of the others like the XRP ledger, so you can't see what's happening on the transactions, but they've released their own blockchain network with their own native asset. One of them is called JPM coin for Chase Bank. That's interesting, right? It's crypto. Some of the other deceivers out there, the media, especially the media. In 2022, we were already seeing a significant downturn in the crypto market, the U.S. stock exchange, right? So we were already having a difficult time with that. And then in November of 2022, the former FTX crypto exchange collapsed. And the media had a field day with that one, because what they tried to do is say that it was entirely a crypto issue, that something about crypto itself is scammy, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's not a good investment. But if you look closely, if you look beyond the headlines, what you find out is the problem is that Sam Bankman-Fried, right, allegedly, I don't know if the case is over just yet, so I'm going to use the words allegedly, that he and his team were investing their customer funds into other projects, into other things. It's a case of fraud, right? You were investing your customer funds without them knowing it. It has nothing to do with the fact that crypto itself, in and of itself, is scammy in nature or doesn't have value. No, it's because an individual and his little gang got together and they started using customer funds for all kinds of stuff. Who even knows the full story behind that? We don't know. But it collapsed. And there was just calamity. And the media just attacked it and attacked it. No one was talking about how, Google stock or Microsoft stock or Tesla was down for the whole year. It was all about crypto. And what's going to happen is this year and probably this upcoming year in 2025, they're going to tell you when it's time to buy in. they're going to tell you the appropriate time when it's to buy in, and it's going to be the wrong time. It's going to be the wrong time. Again, like I said yesterday, the real wealth, the real gains is not when you're buying things up, riding it up towards the top. It's when no one else wants to buy it. It's when everything's on sale, when everything's on discount, when everyone says around you that it's not a good investment. Prices are too low. No, that's what the wise investor does. A seasoned investor will do that. But again, like I said yesterday, none of this is financial advice. All right, do your own research for yourself. Do your own due diligence, excuse me. So there's the media. A lot of the big financial giants that we talked about. Won't say any names. And I'm going to do something right now, and I'm only going to do it because she's a public servant. But Senator Miss Warren, Elizabeth Warren, what are you doing? Your whole campaign recently has been anti-crypto. And something tells me that you're protecting the old guard, the old money, the traditional banking system, because you're on the subcommittee, the banking subcommittee. So what are you up to? And that bill that you're trying to pass, Miss Warren, I hate to tell you, but it's not going to pass. It's not going to pass. And Miss Warren, I hope you listen to this. And I say this out of love for your soul. But you know what you need to do? You need to repent of your wicked ways and then turn to the Lord Jesus Christ and ask Him for forgiveness. Ask Him for forgiveness. That's what you need to do, Miss Warren. The Lord, who's sovereign over all, has allowed you to be in a position of authority, in a position of power. Use it for good. Don't use it for evil. So unfortunately, we have our politicians in as well. And aside from those things I just mentioned, make no mistake, there are some issues. A lot of the things like these meme coins, these projects that just all of a sudden just kind of come up, and there's, several people in control, right? There's several people that hold a certain number of tokens or coins, whatever you want to call it, right? And a lot of the times those are the traditional pump and dumps. Right, everyone's piling in until it gets up to a certain percentage, and some of these can get quite high. There's no doubt about it. Seeing an increase of 500% in a week, 1,000% in a couple of, maybe 2 weeks or so. But then what happens? The entire thing comes crashing down. In order for the crypto space to be really taken seriously, for it to really mature the way that it's intended to be, that stuff needs to go 100%. And I know that there's a lot of people that have lost their money because they get involved in these meme coin projects, these meme coin cryptos. Yeah, there were a lot of people that made a lot of money in Dogecoin, Shiba. I totally get that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about some of these other ones. And in this space, and when you invest your money in general, either you're going to be a speculator or you're going to be an investor. You got to choose which one you want to do. That's the risk that you're going to take. If you're going to take the chance on putting your money into something that you don't understand, that's just a meme that doesn't have any true value, I guess that's a risk that you're going to have to take. That's deception, right? The deceivers. And what's the second one I mentioned in the beginning of this video? Ignorance. Ignorance. And what... sometimes I feel like that word gets misused. Ignorance just simply means a lack of knowledge, a lack of understanding. And I remember falling victim to that as well, particularly in crypto. What I can tell you is that for some reason I had a certain opinion about cryptocurrency when I didn't do any research. I didn't bother to look at it for myself. And I can't tell you to this day where I formed that opinion from. I don't know. I just thought that it was just this thing that existed in a digital realm with no true value, no use case, right? It was odd, really odd. And I was so wrong. I was dead wrong. I was so wrong. Don't be ignorant. Go out there and look at it for yourself. And like I said, come to your own conclusion about it. Don't take my word for it. But I'm sure we've all been there where we've formed these opinions about certain things that we have no understanding of. And I would tell you to be careful when that happens to you. Be careful when you have such a strong opinion about something that you know nothing about, or that you have not looked at it for yourself to have a basic understanding of it. You know what's interesting is when I started to investigate more into crypto and what blockchain is, you know what it did? It actually exposes a major part of our financial system today, and particularly the fiat currencies that we have, like the US dollar, so on and so on and so forth, right? These paper currencies that are backed by nothing. Did you know that the US dollar was taken off the gold standard in 1971 by President Nixon? So what is it backed by now? It's backed by, number one, the faith and the trust of the people. It's also still the world reserve currency. Fiat, by the way, means by government decree. That's what it means. So it's backed by whatever our government really says is of value. So, really interesting. Don't be ignorant, guys. Don't be ignorant. I got distracted. I was saying hi to one of my neighbors over there. Oh, man. But again, this is why people think cryptocurrency is a scam. And it's not a scam. I really recommend for you guys to take a look at it for yourself. Come to your own conclusion. Don't let somebody else tell you what it is until you've looked at it for yourself. All right. I just wanted to make this short video. I don't want to ramble on for too long. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.